Get the cake right to the side sex. Leave the fire and the roof style stuff. I'm on the grind like we're chasing the stars. From Millmore to Du Valley, we've come so far. Talk about legends, yeah, we know the score. Ronnie and Bobby, we remember you more. From the highs of the Wembley fight to losing our trousers, still we ignite. Red and white with the pride, we're never gonna bow. Fighting like middlemen, hear the roar now. We're middlemen, we stand up tall. Through ups and downs, we give it all. From Millmore to Du Valley.
Good evening and welcome to Terry's Talk. I'm King Bush, your host. And tonight we have got Pete with us. How you doing, Pete?
All good, pal, apart from rubbish team we've got. Yep, all good.
We've got Bez with us, who was at the game. Bez, how you doing?
Yeah, brilliant.
And we've got Turbo Tom with us. How are we doing, Tom?
Absolutely fantastic. No.
You can tell which one of us don't live anywhere near Rotherham, can't you? Jesus.
No, I'm all right, lads. I hope you're all keeping well. So yeah,
we are back, and we're back with another defeat. So it's just, well, it just is what it is, isn't it? We can't continue like that. It's just not good. I'm going to start with you, Bez, because you was at the game, and you got a bit of news regarding something as well, haven't you? So tell us a bit about.
I'll go through it all. So went to Huddersfield. Obviously, a 12:30 kickoff, which those times should be banned. Really, makes the game less fun, and you're rushing to get there in the morning. So that wasn't a good start. So the performance, it wasn't very good at all. You've probably got a 2 or 3 or a few 10% of Rotherham fans think it were good. I don't really know where they were watching the game, what they were watching, because it was poor. It was that bad that Huddersfield Town fans were booing their own team for how poor they were, and we just didn't take advantage, whatever. As soon as they took the lead at 1-0, I don't remember Rotherham even having a shot at their goal, and there was still a good 10-15 minutes left when they scored. So all in all, performance-wise, it was really poor. However, at half-time, which is interesting for me, so as you do, you go under the stand at half-time, get yourself a pint or something stronger these days because you bloody need it. And I was down there at half-time speaking to a couple of lads who watched the show. So cheers, lads, for watching. I hope you're watching again tonight. And they introduced me to Gabriele Biancheri's dad. And first of all, you're thinking this is rubbish, can't be really. But as soon as he started talking, you could tell you where he were. And it spoke in Italian, or he had an Italian accent. And he was saying a lot of interesting things, actually, about his son and about the club and about Hampshire. First of all, I'm going to try, we're going to try and get him on this podcast. And he will. He did want to come on, didn't he? He wanted to come, but I didn't get his number or anything like that. So anyone who's watching, if they can send me, if they've got hold of him, they know his number, if they know his social media account, whatever, if they could just send it me. So on Twitter, if you look at my handle, which should be, it's at dvesley10. So if you can, somehow get hold of him and send me his details, that would be great, because he did say he wanted to come on. I have messaged a couple of his kind of relatives on social media, but they've not got back to me yet.
Stalking.
Would be interesting. Stalking. Yeah, it would be interesting to see him come on, because, as I said, a couple of things that he did say was that his son is really. He's not enjoying it at Rotherham at all. He doesn't like Matt Hampshire at all, and the way Matt Hampshire's treating him and other youngsters. And his dad were also saying that he can't understand the tactics and the settle that the manager's trying to employ. Like, you just couldn't see it. And the players, they're confused as well. Not just his son, but they're confused as well. And this is what he was saying. And that's why I'm going to try and get him on this podcast to, give his thoughts. So anyone out there who says that Matt Amshaw is good with youngsters, it's an absolute myth. It's completely wrong. And this clown, he needs to go soon. If he's not gone soon, I'm telling you, they'll not be in League Two, Rotherham. They'll be in Conference. So, yeah.
Even Northampton today have acted. They've got rid of Nolan, who I think is a better manager than Matt Amshaw himself.
Nolan, not Amshaw,
Yeah. So, Pete, your view on the game. What were your thoughts on the game before I go through some comments and get Tom's view as well?
Yeah, I didn't get much because I were at work, but I did watch a bit on my break. And like Bez was saying, they were not there, mate. Well, they're not going forward. Nombi looks not interested. I'd have started Ben Carey, me. Honestly, give Nombi a rest, give him a go. What more should have started? I don't know why he didn't start. It's just bamboozling, innit? We're laughing stock at Football League. We're laughing stock at Football League at the minute. Everybody's laughing at us.
I mean, what frustrates me, Pete, is that when we won that game against Plymouth, the social media of Rotherham United was in overdrive. Clips of the game, clips of the players coming down the tunnel. Again, Mansfield, we draw, nothing. Again, today, we lose after the Huddersfield game, nothing. It's just an absolute joke, really, now.
Club haven't tweeted, have the every loss to them tweet, so if we win, you can't move for the stuff on social media. You need to come on and tell us what's going off, because I'm fed up right now.
You see what he said as well. We've been talking about Kev, and obviously Kev Johnson is trying to set up this like game at the end of the season. It's all good stuff, and fair play to Kev. I really respect what he's doing. But I'm sat here thinking, no disrespect, Kev. I honestly don't care because the club don't care. Why should I care? And it's going to ruin Kev's charity game. I'm telling you this.
Yeah, I agree. Tom, your thoughts before I read through some comments?
Well, do you know what? I think the thoughts are, it's rinse and repeat, isn't it? It's it's an utter shambles. And going on to what Pete just said there, the club just, the media team just do not read the room. I mean, today, three legends have been announced. Yay! What are they expecting us as Rotherham fans to reply to those posts as, oh, get in, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that Legends game at the end of the season once we've been relegated. I mean, who was it today? Was it Leo Fortune West, Trevor Berry and Danny Hudson, I think?
Trevor Berry.
Yeah.
Aye. So, I mean,
Thank you, Trev.
I mean, obviously all great Rotherham players.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel sorry for Kev. I had an hour-long conversation with him on Sunday, and he's been getting a lot of stick, saying he's taking money, taking this, which is not. And I think the fans' frustrations get taken out on people that are actually trying to do good. So be careful what you kind of wish for with that one, because Kev does a lot for charity work within Rotherham. So, I mean, for me, it's in memory of Owen Jenkinson, isn't it? It's for a charity. And I think we've got to try and keep the frustrations away from Kev and people that are running that. I get what you're saying, they're not reading the room, but at the same token, we're taking it out on the wrong people. It's the people at the football club that we need to be angry at, and really the fans that have allowed it. Because I put a post up last week, 10th minute, we'll throw some tennis balls on, we will try and I'm sure your football is shit, sack the board. And there were a few people on board with it, but you got your usual, go and support Sheffield Wednesday, you don't go to games, you're going to throw tennis balls at the television, blah, blah, blah. So you just get the usual clapping wankers. And they deserve League Two football, them cunts. You know, I mean, excuse my language, but they deserve to be watching us playing Vauxhall Motors and Maltby Main, because they are just accepting this absolute dross. And not only that, the fans are being ripped off. We're paying the third highest ticket prices in the league to watch probably the worst football, anti-football. Matt Hamshaw is a football terrorist, yeah? His football is dire. His tactics are dire. His man management is dire. And we have become a laughing stock, like Pete says, of the Football League all season. I'm getting voice notes from Wednesday fans. You're going to miss your cup final. You're going to do, like, taking the absolute piss. We're getting took the piss out of by little teams like Doncaster, all because we have got the worst manager, in my view, in the whole of the Football League. Not just League One. He's the worst manager in the whole of the Football League for me. But he's been allowed to continue.
Can I come back on that, what you said earlier, Lee? What I will say is that I'm not having to go at this Legends game. I'm not having to go at Kev Johnson at all.
Oh, no, I didn't say you was. I'm saying online,
I know
he was quite upset. Yeah, he has had a lot of abuse online.
I just want to clarify that the club's the marketing from the club, right, after yet another disastrous performance, they think when they're posting this sort of stuff, they're going to get fans going, oh, get in. At least that's something to look forward to. They're not, because it's actually doing more damage to this Legends game than posting this stuff, rather than actually doing what they need to do and remove the whole management team, have a word with upstairs. Phil Smith, where's Phil? Do you remember that comic book, Where's Wally?
Where's Wally? Well, he is a Wally, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Phil? The only reason Matt Hamshaw is still in charge of our football club, right, is because Where's Wally? Sorry, Phil, right, went on various, and I've said this for weeks, and I think we all are on the same page with this. He's gone on, and the key thing he said on a certain show, have me back at the end of the season where I can say, I told you so, and we'll be top 10, right? So he's not going to get undermined by sacking Matt Hamshaw. Honestly, we've made a run.
Listen, with this manager, Matt, I actually think League Two, we'd struggle to get top 10 with Matt Hamshaw as manager in League Two. Is that bad?
Well, look further south than that, mate. Look further south than that. We're that bad, we'll probably end up in non-league south, and we're in the north.
Right, I'm going to go through some comments because we've got lots of comments coming in, so I want to get through them. Rotherham Gaming says, up the Millers. Caleb Wilson says, should have been sacked at the end. Should be sacked at the end of the season. Well, that's no good, is it? Sacking him then. He should have gone weeks ago. Great lineup from Adam. Cheers, Adam. Evening, lads. Here's mine. Up the Millers. And some tennis balls. Yes, lads, what a shit show it is at our club here. Utterly depressing. The lack of pride, ambition at the club from boardroom to dugout. Grimsby away. Ole, ole. Yeah, and that's a great post from, I can't read the name, JSJSJDJ. Yeah, great post, mate. To say Huddersfield are 7 proves how bad the league is. We can't score. Yeah, the league, we've said all along the league is embarrassingly poor. We look at Peterborough before they sacked Ferguson; they were bottom of the league. Now look at Northampton have sacked the manager. Yeah, we've mentioned that earlier on in the show, and yeah, it's just embarrassing us now. Bez Pine, Rotherham Gaming. I think he met you at the game, didn't he, mate?
Cheers, Rotherham Gaming. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
We must be the laughing stock of League One. We definitely are. Ross, I met Dango's dad at Accrington in pre-season friendly this season. He's a great bloke too. Had a few stories. Nice fella. We all know Phil Smith is taking over and he wants Ame. Yeah, I agree with that. It probably is taking over, but he ain't got the money to do it, really. And if he backs Ame, then I think we've got big problems. Great relations and communications with the fans of Rotherham United, but we keep taking your season ticket money. Yeah. Ian Besley, I was going to do the questionnaire about blame, but it only allows me to click on it's all of the first three. It only allows him to click one. Yeah. Evening, lads. Physically depressing at the point. Thought about the club severely worrying. Are going be all right going down to League Two. Barely any airtime on Sky or out like that. Really worried that we could be a point in the next few years where I don't have a club to support at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So tiny worried we could go into liquidation. Always clap my team off the pitch, win or lose. That's the most dire saying I've ever heard. Yeah,
just
totally agree.
Just on that, Lee, as well. Like, you know what is sad is if you go back a month or 6 weeks ago, Rotherham went to Burton, Rotherham lost the game, and I came out and said that I thought the fans were absolutely brilliant because they tried to support the team throughout the game. Okay, when it got to that last 10 minutes where Rotherham were losing and didn't like they're even trying to score, that's when they started having a go at the team and what have you. At the end of the game, they were singing all the typical songs. Matt, I'm sure your football is rubbish, sacked in the morning, etc., etc. And I honestly thought then, do you know what? If us fans can keep this up, then brilliant. I'm sure walk straight down tunnel. There's only one way he's going, right? 4 weeks later, and the last 2 away games I've been to, half the fans who were there have clapped them off at pitch. So against Huddersfield, a lot of them were clapping, and I just stood there, like just looking at our fans and looking at the players, and I just thought, am I doing something wrong here? What? How can they clap this? And that's the worry I've got, because the fans that actually don't like, I'm sure, and want the manager gone, I think they're just not turning up to the game. And you can't blame him. So the only fans that are turning up to the game are the happy clappers, and that's why it's perceived as, Rotherham fans are actually all right, don't matter if we go down. And that's my biggest worry. And look, I'm not saying to those fans, please make sure you go, because you deserve, your choice. And I don't think I want to go either. There's no way I'm taking my son to watch this. Do you know what? I might take my son to go and watch Wednesday than this. That's how bad it is.
Come on.
Honestly.
Jesus.
I'm only joking, by the way. It'd be Sheffield United if I did it. But yeah, I'm not taking my son until this clown of a manager's gone. He could be 20 when that happens.
Fair enough. Albert Robinson says, outside of here, Donny fan, has Stuart run out of money? I don't think he's run out of money. I think he's just run out of passion for the club. I don't think he cares anymore. He's lost his brother. And I just think that he doesn't care anymore. I think he's checked out a long time ago. But I don't think he's run out of money. Still runs around in a Lambo, doesn't he? So yeah, I think he's all right for money. John Blundell, to be honest, to be honest, the struggle started when we only just managed to beat 10-man Port Vale on the opening day. Yeah, that's a great comment. Yeah, and look where Port Vale are. Pretty concerning. He's not sacked by now. Don't think he'll be sacked before we go into next season. Yeah, well, I told you today. I've been told that him and Karen was planning. The Ross Burberry, whatever he's called, has been planning with Karen the pre-season preparations. So I don't think he's going anywhere, which is astonishing. But there we go. Jordan Stanleyford, looks like Port Vale game on Easter Monday is getting moved due to them playing Chelsea in the FA Cup on the 4th of April. So, yeah, even Port Vale having a better season than others, even though below us, they're having a better season. The local press is an absolute joke. Radio Sheffield, the advertiser, Paul Davis, etc., because all sat around licking Tony and Amshaw's chocolate starfish. Yeah, great post, Scott Kent, and I totally agree with you. All of them are complicit in what is going on at our football club. You need to remember these journalists. You need to remember the people that have allowed this club to be buried this season. That's what we've done. It's like burying a family member. This is how I feel this season. This football club, you may as well put RIP on it and bury the fucker, because they have got blood on their hands. Paul Davis, you've got blood on your hands. Bill Smith, you've got blood on your hands. Tony Stewart, you've got blood on your hands. Paul Douglas, you've got blood on your hands. Matt Amshaw, you've got blood on your hands. Karen from Accounts, you've got blood on your hands. You're the lot of you, Rob Staten, everybody, you're an utter disgrace. None of you at Radio Sheffield have done your fucking jobs. Imagine if I was going to interview Matt Amshaw, I wouldn't let him get away, because I deal with facts. What you have produced on this pitch this season is unacceptable on any level. And you remember that Paul Douglas? Oh, he was laughing. I can see fans now, they haven't got value for money, but hopefully when his injury comes back in the second part of the season, then they'll be getting value for... Well, we're fucking not, you fucking rats. We're not getting value for money. When have we been getting value for money this season? You absolute pudding. Yeah? And I hope you're watching. Yeah? Because all of you are a disgrace. The club's communication's a disgrace. Everything about the club at the minute is an utter disgrace. I'm embarrassed to call myself a Rotherham United fan, and I've never, ever said that. I am absolutely embarrassed by this football club. Even Northampton Town are showing a little bit of fight and a little bit of, hang on, we need to sack the manager, we need to try and get out of this mess. But Rotherham United, no, we'll just sit back with a cigar. Get stuffed, a lot of you. All the lot of you are complicit. You've all got blood on your hands and you all should be sacked. If any of us did our jobs as badly as what you are doing your jobs now, we wouldn't be in employment. We'd be at the Dole Centre signing on. And that's what the lot of you should do. Yeah? These players, yeah, some of them have been a disgrace this season. However, I've got sympathy with these players because like the information that I've got out of this football club this season, speaking to players, speaking to family members, some of them are fuming that their sons, their daughters have been pumped up with injections in the knees to play games, playing with broken noses, playing with injections, and then shock horror, they break down. No shit, Sherlock. You absolute morons. What do you think was going to happen? Yeah? When you're patching players up week in, week out, you can't manage a football team, let alone manage people's minutes and injuries. Players are fed up. Families of the players fed up with Matt Amshaw. Even the players' families cannot believe that this fraud is still operating as a football league one manager. It is absolutely embarrassing. And I need to take my blood pressure tablets because I'm ready to pop. But I've had enough. I mean, I've accepted weeks ago we're going down, but God almighty. I mean, this fan base as well, the happy clappers, you also have got blood on your hands. You're not explicit from this. Don't tell me, because you don't go to games, you don't put much. Listen, if I don't go to the game, so I went to Don Valley in the pissing down with rain, freezing cold every week. I went to Millmore. I went away last season. Even I went to Leyton Orient on a Tuesday night last season. Yeah. But when I don't go, because I don't live in Rotherham, when I don't go, I pay through iPlayer every single game. I pay for it. Don't get it on no dodgy stick. So the money goes to the football club. So all of you can get lost. Yeah. Go and hate somewhere else. Go and hate up somebody else's tree. Because I'm not bothered. I ain't listening to you. It doesn't bother me. Yeah. I support Rotherham United. I've supported us through thick and thin. But what he's doing now, saying, "Oh, you're not a true supporter if you don't clap the tick." Get stuff. You're complicit in allowing this crap to continue. It's about, as supporters, us not letting the standards drop. But we are with half of these fan base. You know, if we went to a war with Iran with these fuckers, they'd be with the right flags in the trenches, mate. Yeah, you'd be getting shot up. Yeah, these are just poor excuses of support. Oh, I'm just glad because we've got a football team. Tony Stewart saved us. Get lost. Go and support Maltby Main. Do whatever you want to do. But you ain't got no standards. So get out with the rest of them. Bill Smith, where are you, mate? Yeah? I know you're watching. You're a little freak. Yeah? Number one podcast, mate. You're looking at him. Yeah? You're looking at these guys. Where the people that people listen to, yeah? But you won't come on, will you? Because I will ask you the questions that you should have been asked on the other shows, on Radio Sheffield. The questions you should have been asked, I would ask you. And then I would ask you to back it up with facts. Because I'll back my stuff up with facts, pure facts. It's not hard, is it? So, nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. I'm going to go through some comments.
Didn't you want to know what his favourite pie were, Lee? That's the only reason I joined. Honestly.
Mate, the only thing I want to do with a pie, the only thing I want to do with a pie is smash it in his face. Yeah? That's the only thing I'd do with a pie and that idiot.
It's a waste of a good pie. But you know what?
Well, I'm not keen on pies anyway, so hopefully it burns him. Hopefully it burns him and all. The attitude of some of the top brass at the club is one of pure arrogance, totally ignoring the fans, taking the cash, taking the piss, no transparency and accountability for this car clash. And that's a great post, John Fellows. That is one of the posts of the nights, to be fair. Hello, Busher. Hello, Tom. Hello, person on the left whose name I don't know. John Sullivan, our member. So, Pete the Miller, the voice of reason. Lee, my local team, Dinnington Town, play some league at Maltby Main and can confirm that I'm sure wouldn't be good enough for that level. The tactics and man management is too advanced for Matt Amshaw. Yeah, my son plays at Dinnington as well, at Dinnington Town, by the way. So, yeah. Bez, we don't have a team B, was N. Don't know what that means, mate. Have you been on the old pipe? Or?
Has he got another message underneath on him? So I think is he trying to, I think he's not trying to back up Amshaw, is he, by saying that because of all these injuries we've not got a big enough squad. No. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Is he ever going to get sacked? No. So he's saying Benson, Spence, go out, So, right, Benson rushed back. Ben's been playing with injections in his knee. No shock that he got injured. Goal, rush back. So whose fault's that? The twat of a manager. End of. You don't hear chants of there's only one Tony Stewart these days, do you? You look at the plaudits and success. Now he takes the shit in total lack of ambition and dross. You've got what you wanted, Tony Stewart. A value for money has shone through. Yeah, you don't hear there's one Tony Stewart anymore. I ain't heard that for years.
Well, last time we heard from him, were it that interview when Evans got a job when he's sat in his garden or something?
Yeah.
He was sat in his living room, wasn't he? That's last time we heard about it.
Well, one thing, and Lee, you mention this all the time, and you're right, because this always is something that I forget, right? And then you bring it up and it reminds me. Rotherham United fans are paying the third or second highest money for a ticket in the football, in the League One, in the whole of League One.
And like I said,
Rotherham based on that should be third or second in league, not 23rd or whatever. And that's something I always forget, me. Rotherham fans, I'm telling you, you're listening now, you are paying the highest or one of the highest ticket prices, not only in League One, but League Two and the Championship as well. I bet we're above halfway in Championship as well. I bet we are.
I think Lincoln are second, but the top at league, they increased the wage bill. They charged the tickets, but they actually they backed the team. So fair play to him.
Don't forget, Douglas said gas and electric went up. That's what he said, didn't he?
So that against
Yeah.
repeat, what was that?
He said gas electric's gone up to cost it down, basically.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
His excuse. Like,
He's still in a
Douglas,
job.
it goes up for everyone, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
He's an idiot anyway. So yeah, that went up. But then in his next sentence, the absolute doughball come out with, well, we pay the same for the maintenance on the stadium. Hang on, everything goes up apart from the stadium maintenance. It doesn't stay the same. The ground's older than when it was new. So we're paying the same maintenance. So in other words, we ain't paying shit because when it was new, you didn't need to maintain it. You thick doughball.
Can you imagine? Right? Can you imagine Ryan O'Neill, right? Get yourself in here, Ryan. We want to sign you on loan, and I could do with a bit more money. Oh no, we can't afford that because gas bill's just gone up, and I'm sure he's cooking something in his office. It's a fucking big fat burger or something stupid like that. So you go to Lincoln, mate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All Star said the struggle started when we have a rookie on a 3-year manager based on a 3-game during a manager bounce. Yeah. I mean, we didn't even play well last season when he took over. That's another myth. I think we beat the bottom teams like Northampton and we were terrible.
Of course, we beat Bolton and I were there. And I'll tell you what, that's the most one-sided game and the opposition winning I've ever seen. They absolutely battered Rotherham Bolton.
Cam Dawson.
Harry Adams said if he was going to be sacked, he would be sacked ages ago. We're stuck with him. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. And that's the frustrating point. They don't want to listen to the fans. They're just happy to get relegated. Not getting my money next season, David Carroll. Alster, if Evans had that team in 20 seconds, you'd be people burning his house down. Yeah, totally agree. There's a totally different energy towards Matt Amshaw than what was Steve Evans. I'm not saying have the same energy.
Just on that comment before, I want to ask the panel, so we all think Rotherham's going down. I'm sure might be in, might not be in, not sure. What do you think the season ticket sales will be next year? So I think they're 6.5 at minute. What do you think they'll go down to next year?
Just short of 4, I reckon.
You think 3.8, let's say, okay?
Yeah, we'll lose a few.
Tom?
Yeah.
I would say it depends what spin they put on it. It depends who's in charge. It depends what league we're in. However, in the current situation, let's say hypothetically, Matt Hamshaw keeps his job, we get relegated, and they keep Matt Hamshaw in a job. 3,500.
See, you two both think that we'll lose 50% of our fan base. Wow.
Oh God, come on! I mean, I think the communication from the club has been utterly pathetic, and I'm not going to go on a rant like Butcher just did, which I fully agree with everything he said. Phil, the only reason Hamshaw is still here is because Phil Smith's pimped himself out, and they can't sack him now because it'll make Phil Smith and his consortium look like complete idiots. So they're just sticking to the guns.
I think because he's such a broadcast, this Phil Smith, yeah, he's such a tight arse. I think he wants us to get relegated so he gets a cheaper price at the end of the season. I think they're ripping the old boy off.
They potentially are, Lee. And I
think they're ripping the old boy off.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, maybe you're right, but surely, Phil Smith's supposed to be a businessman, right? Yeah, he could get the club cheaper, but he's going to lose half the fans, and therefore the money you'd get from...
Yeah, but he's never run a football club, Ben. He's not selling knickers at Tesco anymore. He's running a football club. It's totally different. Business to a football club is totally different. That's Simon Jordan. It's totally different to any other business. Football ownership is totally... And he is clueless about football. Because he told us on an interview, I could never listen to that man again. Once he told me Matt Amshaw done a good job this season, I think, man, the guy's clueless. You can't listen to anything he says. He's a Burke, yeah.
Right. Can I
And
just
he's got horrendous dress sense as well. So I don't trust a man that dresses poorly and can't talk about football properly. So no, the guy's a Burke.
So
I'm not having it.
Can I just say something? Obviously, I listened to Phil Smith on another podcast, as it were. One of his grand ideas were, right, to do with club communication and all that fan communication was, instead of the sponsors man of the match, why don't people get to vote on the man of the match at the end of the game? I mean,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I mean, what sort of innovation's that?
It's groundbreaking, mate. It's never been done before.
But I'll tell you what, another one as well.
Clubs have been doing it for like 30 odd years, but
I
you know.
And that was like one of his major plans. Another one, right? Obviously, they put out like that AI picture of poker pie, peas, and mint sauce or whatever. That was him again? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's just it's shambolic. And
I just want to answer this one from John Sullivan.
Go on.
Genuine question. You say don't go to fans. However, I paid my tickets for this season. Me going doesn't hurt Tony Stewart. It hurts me. Yes, it's not great football, but what am I meant to do? Not go? No, I don't think people are saying not go when you're a season ticket holder. I think turn up, pay your money.
Away games. Yeah, I was talking about away games mainly. Yeah,
and next season. So you have got an option next season not to go because you haven't purchased that one yet. So if Matt Hanshaw's still in charge next season, then personally, I wouldn't go. But that's your choice. Like, nobody's forcing anybody to do. Everybody makes their own decision. But for me, I wouldn't be paying top three prices because he ain't going to put the price down. Let me tell you that.
John, it's not like you going. We're not saying you going to a game is making Hampshire stay. Like, no one's got any problem with anyone going to a game. The issue I had with Huddersfield was that the fans were clapping the performance. So, if you're Tony Stewart or you're Phil Smith and you're looking at the crowd, you're thinking, do you know what? They're happy with that performance, so Hampshire can stay in job for a little bit longer. That's what they'll be thinking. And I'd rather the fans go. And if they don't want to boo, fine, don't boo. But you can't clap them when they've lost their 10th game in 11 or in 12, whatever it is. That's ridiculous. Huddersfield fans were booing their own team because they were that shambolic.
And they're seventh.
Yeah.
Wait, Bushy, they're planning pre-season with Hammy. Yeah, they are. That's what I've been told today. That's it, Bushy. You're on the money. Yeah, I am. I'm always on the money. Northampton have sacked their manager. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier on in the show. Mersgov, evening, lads. Evening, Mers. Thanks for tuning in, mate. We'll see Biancheri's dad Saturday, hopefully, so I will ask. Yeah, Rotherham Gaming, thank you, mate. Because obviously Bez did have a chat with him, and he said he did want to come on the show, but Bez being Bez didn't get his number. So, you know what I mean?
My fault, yeah.
I don't know whether we were canned up or what, Bez, but didn't get the number. So, but yeah, he did want to come on the podcast and express his concerns about, obviously,
his son in the club
at the minute. Yeah.
And just Rotherham Gaming as well, yeah. I appreciate your support because you were, just for you, Lee, Rotherham Gaming were really positive about our show. So I really appreciate your support, Rotherham Gaming.
Yeah, Rotherham Gaming, yeah. Cheers for watching, mate. Thank you very much. John Sullivan said third highest across Championship, League 1 and League 2. Not only that, we pay, listen to this will shock you. And you can go and search it. You can go and check it. It ain't a joke. It's cheaper to buy a season ticket in the Premier League to watch Sunderland than it is to watch Rotherham second or third bottom of League 1. Make it make sense, boys. Make it make sense, because it doesn't to me. without a season ticket, it's £32 on the
Not
game.
what
Yeah,
it's not, is
That's
it?
why I won't pay it. I'm not paying that.
it is.
Yeah, but
That's
it
what I
was
think.
26 quid a couple of years ago. Has it really gone up to 32 quid?
Gas
Yeah,
and
we're
electric's gone up,
32.
Bez.
It
Gas
was
and
32
electric.
quid that time I went with, and they
Bloody
wouldn't,
hell.
they wouldn't sell me a ticket because they said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Lee Bush." They said, "Oh, hang on." They looked on the screen. She says, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I can't sell you a ticket." I was like, "Why? What have I done?" She's like, "I don't know. It's just won't let me sell you a ticket." So Tom's missus had to go and get me, ring up, get the ticket, and I had to give Tom the money. But it was 32 quid.
I can't believe it's 32 quid. Like the last thing I remember it was 26 quid, and that were about 2-3 years ago. I can't believe that.
At Mersgov, I remember Tom saying League One, non-league, is at the same level. So good news, Rotherham are in the top half of the third table. Yeah, true. The only time we ever hear from Tony Stewart is when season tickets aren't getting renewed. Zoo?
No, he's saying he thinks there'll be 2,000 season ticket holders.
2,000 season ticket. I thought he was on about going to the Zoo.
I think it'll be higher than that, Wayne. I mean, if it dropped to 2,000, Jesus,
Yeah, I don't think it'll be.
No.
Kieran Bates says, "I'm sure out." That's the answer. Totally agree with you, Kieran, mate. Totally agree. But I just don't think this absolute melt of a board will pull the trigger. I think it's out of pride as well because they know that the fans want him gone. So I think they're just going against the fans. He has to go. The performance have been awful recently. Yeah. I went to Huddersfield and Saturday away game and hate it when people clap at the end. Yeah, a lot of people saying that people were clapping. In fact, I think Bez said there was an argument with a woman and some geezer because they were kicking off because she was saying it was a good performance or something. So
she basically said it was a good performance, and she was also saying, and I hate this comment as well, she was saying, what does booing at the players actually do? She thinks she don't do anything. That's what she was saying.
We're not booing at the players, we're booing at the manager, you Mel. That's what I'd have said to her. Yes, that's what I'm saying is great. Yeah. Why should we clap after how shit they've been? I hate when people clap because the players think they did a good when they didn't. We need to boo them more and so they can understand how shit they are. Yeah, totally agree. And the chant on Saturday needs to be, whoever needs to start it with, "Matt Amshaw, your football is shit." Yeah? If that rings out around the stadium the whole game, then it'll make an impact. Will be next season. But he thinks it will be 2,000 next season. I'm not so sure that it will be 2,000. I think, yeah, it's massive concern. Right, so we're going to go on to the player ratings because we've spoken quite a lot. So I am going to go onto the player ratings from Saturday. So I'm going to put these are my player ratings. So if you agree with them, we'll just move on. If you don't agree with them, we'll discuss it. If you agree with them,
before you do as well, Lee, right? I'm not going to say now, but I guarantee all three of you on here will be amazed at who I pick as our man at match.
Well, you'll be amazed at who I've picked as man at match.
Go on then. Let's go.
Let's go. So, first of all, we've got Ted Can, and I scored him a 7. So I think he did pull off a save. I don't think he had any chance. He did come out a bit, but I don't think he had any chance with the goal. I think it was a steady 7 from Can. Do you guys agree, or do we debate it?
I'd have just said a 6 for him. Like, similar to what you said, but I think, he obviously conceded an own goal, which doesn't help. So, yeah, I'm going to 6.
Rotherham Gaming says Kelly man of the match. Matt will be there next season, says Wayne. Liam Kelly says Kieran Bates. Rotherham Gaming says 6 for the goalkeeper, I'm thinking. What is the ball boys,
What is
Bez,
the ball
or the
boys, okay.
stewards? Yeah.
He's saying about man
so-
of the match. Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, Rafferty, I've gone with a 7.
I've had a nightmare, me.
Yeah, 5 for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Tom? Anybody in the chat? Rotherham Gaming said 6.
I mean, you know me, lads. I hate player ratings when we lose. Listen, Ted Cam was my man of the match, and that's a fucking low bar. To be honest with you, Rafferty, whatever. Yeah, if you think it was a 7, happy days. But you know what? For me, yeah, I'll not disagree, Lee. I'll not disagree, mate.
Anybody else? 7, 6?
I've already said 5.
Yeah, 6.
We'll go with a 6 then, because Rotherham Gaming said it, and he's gone with a 5, so we'll say a 6. But that's what I've gone with. Next up, Zach Jules. I give him a 7.
Yeah, this is 6 for me. He did okay, I guess.
4.
4?
Yeah.
What did he do wrong? Rotherham Gaming said 6. Oh, he's got to have been really bad for 4, mate. You've got to elaborate on that.
Well, what I mean is we lost 1-0 and we're shit. So I can't praise them. I genuinely can't. I can't do it. And yes, 4 is harsh. And that was tongue in cheek. So look, if we lose a game 1-0 away from home, my defence across the board is going to be a 6, apart from when we get to Lenny Agbairi. So,
yeah, Kieran Bates says Lenny was awful. So, is everyone agree? Are we going to go 6 then? Yeah, I went 7, but I've been kind of I think we only conceded 1 goal. I don't think we were bad at the back, to be honest.
But I'll tell you what, Bushy's been optimistic here. I love it. About the defence.
I don't know if he's optimistic, but I think you're being a bit harsh. 4. I mean, he's got to have done something. He's got to be at fault for a goal to get a 4 for me.
Well, you know what? There's that French newspaper, what's it called? La Parisienne or whatever it's called, where it notoriously gives the worst ratings of anything, right? There's like players that get 0, even if was it Paris Saint-Germain win 3-2 or something. But listen, when it comes to player ratings, if we've lost a game and we've shown no fight and no urgency, I can't. I deep down, I just can't give decent ratings. Maybe
I mean, you got to remember, we were playing 7th in the table and we limited them to not many chances. So for me, I can't score in less than.
Lee, that's fair dues. We were playing.
I'm trying to be fair. To be fair,
Tom, when you do ratings, you literally are. You don't like a middle number, do you? Like if they've lost, it's like 1s, 2s, 3s. If they've won, it's like 9s and 10s. There's never middle ground.
No, Bez. I never give a 9 or a 10. To get a 9 to get a 9, you've got to score a hat trick and assist.
Who was it? Who was it who gave Dangor like a 10 in his first game? I thought that was you.
I don't think.
Was it?
No.
All right, okay, fine. Okay.
Do you not remember when we signed that? What's his face from Luton? What do you call him?
Yeah,
Holmes. You boys were giving him 10s. I give him an 8. So
yeah,
I want to go back
harsh with this
watch it. I want to go back to that video and watch it.
Next up, Baptiste. I've gone with again a 7. I thought he had a solid enough game.
Anybody
else different?
So I'd say a 7 as well for that one.
Yeah. Then I've got James, who I've put a 7 as well.
I thought James were best of a bad bunch, me. I thought he'd go up and down that side quite well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rotherham Gaming said 6.
I always liked James, and I've said it before. The best thing about James is his distribution. He's one of the best I've seen from a defender. You know, like and naturally a left back or a right back or a wing back, they'll get the ball and they'll knock it long into the wings. They've always done that. Whereas Reece James, every time he'll knock it into midfield, he'll knock it into a striker's feet. So I actually rate James generally.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Because of that, though, he actually gave the ball away a lot more on something he normally would do. So I actually do think he gets a lower rating because of that. For me, 6 I'm going for.
But the thing is,
Rotherham Gaming says 7, same as me.
the thing is, lads, it all goes back to this whole DNA. So we've got James and Rafferty playing wing backs, right? The Rotherham DNA is balls out wide, crosses into the box. Crosses into the box. It just does not happen, right? Yeah, Reece James is a great professional. He's played with broken ribs, bless him, etc., etc., etc. Do you know what? For the sake of the argument, I'll give him a 7 as well. But I mean, at the same time, he's not doing, and none of that defense is doing what we want them to do. So,
If you say that, Tom, though, but
you said that he's not a wing back, is he?
No,
he's not.
Tom, I don't think you can come on here and say, do you know what? I think this manager's the worst manager ever, but I think the players are bad as well. Like, you know what I mean? The reason these players are struggling is because the manager, to me, ain't giving them right instructions. So they're doing that. They're always going onto the pitch. And
Rafferty and James are probably the best 2 full-backs in the league, but probably the worst 2 wing-backs in the league. It's totally a different position. It's like it's a totally different position they've been asked to play, and they're not good at it. So realistically,
well, that's the whole point, Bushy, isn't it? That's the whole point. So we're talking.
If you just play them as a flat back 4, they'd perform a lot better for me.
Exactly. So we can play ratings to a back 5 here, right? People playing out of position. Are they listening to the manager? Are they doing what they want to do? I don't know. I mean, it's so disjointed. It's like a really shit jigsaw puzzle where you have missing pieces. You get to the end, that doesn't fit in there. Square pegs, round holes, all that analogy.
So, Tom, let me ask you a question, Tom, right? Let's say, like, you're a footballer, right? And your best asset is, like Reece James, passing the ball into middle of the park and keeping possession, right? So if I say to you, right, Tom, I want you, every time you get the ball, I want you to knock it out line, right? So you try and do that, but because that's not your game, it goes out of play. Are you saying that you're going to give that player a low rating because he's knocked the ball out of play, even though that's his worst part of his game? Is that what you're saying?
No. So what I'm saying is, Dave, is that the manager and the coaching team should know the answer to that question, Dave. They should know what the strengths are and what the weaknesses are.
Yeah, but we know they don't, though. That's why we're saying on here we need him sacked, don't we?
Exactly. So I'm not going to give Reece James a 7 out of 10, right? If he's not doing what it's meant to do.
Okay, we'll go through the comments.
Yes,
we'll go through the comments because we're going off track. Bushy, you've gave every player a 7 up to now, which tells me it's not the players, it's Hamshaw, no shadow of a doubt. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't think the players are as bad as they're made to look. So you tell me any other manager that could make Harry Gray, Sam Nombe, and Watmore and Dango looked so bad that was 3rd bottom of League One. I don't know any manager that could make them this bad. Like that front three, I probably wouldn't change it for anybody else's front three. I generally wouldn't. Like in any other team where they create chances, Harry Gray's going to get a bag full every week. So is Sam Nombe. Yeah? So is Sam Nombe. And Dango's going to be the best player on the pitch every week. It's the manager's tactics that are absolutely killing these players. It's making them look shit. It's making them look out of sorts. And it's the manager. That's for me, it's the manager. Kelly Four Bobs, James could have been an 8. He should have scored. Rafferty, Jules, James, it's a very good back four for this level. Yeah, I agree with you also, but I'm sure won't admit defeat with the back three at the back. Yeah, totally agree. The tactics in the second half were just thrown out the window. At one point, we had Martha playing central mid and McWilliams right wing back.
Yeah, and so I want to come back. Yeah, I want to on that. He's right there, Scott, because me and my mate, we were stood there thinking, well, a minute ago, Marta was playing as a wing back, and now he's playing at number 10. And again, these can't help players.
This is the thing is that then he blames tactics. He had enough players on the bench to change the formation without playing players out of position. And he didn't. He didn't do it. It might be me giving Dangor a 10 when he was on the pitch. He's 100% ahead of everybody else on the pitch. Yeah, I agree with Tom. You've got to get at least an assist, a goal, and everything else to be hitting 10s. But yeah, so on to the next one. Let me just get rid of comment because it's getting in the way. So the next one is Lenny Agbear. So I've given him a 4. I think he is absolutely awful. He's a accident waiting to happen. He had another centre-back that he's only just recently signed on the bench, so we can't say, oh, he's playing him because nobody else is fit. He's played him, well, he's one of his signings as well, but he's played him against ahead of the other guy. Dreadful. At fault for the goal, scores an own goal. Every time the ball comes to his feet, it looked like it was a hot potato. He didn't know what to do with it. His positioning is horrendous. He's just terrible, and I scored him a 4.
I don't think he's got potential, though. Managed right, though.
Yeah, I mean, when I first saw him at beginning of season, he looked half decent, but I think his confidence is shot to bits. He hasn't played, has he? Yeah. No, and again, he's been injured for a while. Has he been rushed back? Is he not fully fit? I don't know, but I can only go on the performance I saw on Saturday, and that wasn't acceptable. Anybody disagree with that? Rotherham Gaming agrees with me, says a 4.
Well, Agbairi, he lives with Josh Cody, doesn't he? Live together. You know, the injury.
I hope they don't get injured together. Alistair says 0, crap, waste of money. Yeah, I want to give him a 0, but yeah. I'm meant to be the negative one. I'm meant to give everybody... I've been quite fair, I think, so far on these ratings.
I'd say you've been high. Like, I agree with that other post where before give me 7 is a little bit high for me.
I ain't had no cocaine. I'm not high, mate.
But Agbear, he scored the own goal, so he needs to get a low rating just for that. So, yeah, 4.
Yeah, okay. Next up, Kelly. I give him a 7. I thought he was absolutely fantastic, really.
Man at match, yeah. Like a few said in the comments, Liam Kelly, man at match. His first half, he was very good. He did struggle second half, but first half was very good. And he was the only player who showed for the ball and looked like he were working hard. So he deserves man of the match.
Yeah, he's got my man of the match as well. I'll announce it at the end, but he's got a 7, but nobody got above a 7 anyway. And I did put Kelly as the man of the match. I thought he tired towards the end because he's going to with his age. But them little first-time balls into the front people, he were pinging them in, and you could see the championship quality were there, but he just hadn't got the legs. And again, I don't think Hampshire managed his minutes correctly. He should have brought him off a bit earlier because his legs had gone. But that first bit, for me, he was head and shoulders above the rest of the midfield, to be honest with you. Anybody disagree with that?
Were you going to say something, Pete? Oh, sorry.
No. Yeah, I agree with 7, yeah.
Talking of cocaine, Adam's on the cocaine again tonight by the look of it. Agbear was our best defender. He is definitely smoking the crack cocaine, man. or he's just trying to be controversial. It's one or the other. I don't know which one it is, but seriously. Tom Swift, Agbear Costa's goals every time he's played, not even National League standard. Tom, I agree with you, but Cocaine Adam is sniffing out his pipe tonight. Honestly, he look. If that's the worst comment of the night, I'll post it again just for good measure. Adam, honestly, mate, put the bag down. It's not needed on a Monday night, mate. It's a school night. Stop it. It's silly. Rotherham Gaming says 8 for Kelly. Sorry, Pete, you were saying?
Tom.
I think Ben's asked you. Oh, was it Tom? Yes, Tom a question.
No, I'm just saying, imagine if Adam was on tonight and come out with that. This show will go on for 3 hours.
Oh, mate, honestly. He's definitely been on the bag tonight. I'm not. It's been on the old wacky backy or something. Something's not adding up there, and it's definitely Adam's brain. It's not engaging with itself. Take a sleep, Adam. Turn off the internet. Have a sleep, sunshine. Everything will feel better in the morning. I promise. Martha, I'd say a 6 again. Virtually
5
non-existent. Yeah, it could even be a 5.
That was the first post that Rotherham United put out today, that our Johnny Martha is in the provisional squad for the Australian Cup or something.
Rotherham Gaming agrees with you. He said, well, you said a 5, did you, Pete? Rotherham Gaming says a 4. Anybody else on 4 or 5? I'm happy to drop him from a 6. Is everybody?
Right. Do you know what? I'd get rid of Martha now because he is in the headspace that he wants to stay in.
Hang on.
World Cup.
Hello. Oh, okay. No, I tried to sell him to Maltby Main, but they said they're okay.
Hey.
They said they're not bothered tonight. So Martha, 6. McWilliams, I did a 6.5. I didn't think he did that much. Does anybody agree, disagree? Move on from McWilliams.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5. The next one is going to surprise you because I'm a big fan of this player, but I just don't know what's up with him at the minute. I would say Nombe a 5. I think he was greedy.
The thing with Nombe is what is worrying me is that he does look like he's not really trying. Now I don't know if that's because
he's arguing as well a lot on the pitch with other players. I seen him again. He, for the last 3 or 4 games, he was arguing.
It's a sort of player. It's a sort of player where if we did get a new manager in, I think this lad would improve overnight. Just watch.
I'm not sure. I think it's deeper than that, Bez. I think he's annoyed at the club. They've scuppered his move in January, and I think he's done with the football club. I actually don't think he dislikes Matt Amshaw. I don't think he gets out, but I don't think it's purely even if another manager come in. I think the club have done that to Sam Nombe. He had a chance to move in January closer to his family. We kind of agreed the deal because if you remember, I posted it out, and then Rotherham went back on that deal. So for me, I think he's sulking, and I don't think it's repairable because we're not going to get him to sign a new contract. So it's inevitable he'll leave at the end of the season. So it's a sad story. But again, he don't get service as well. So does that have an effect on it? Is it? But Matt Amshaw said in his post-match that he's just trying too hard. He's trying to do it all on himself, which I disagree because I think he's just being greedy. And as a manager, you'd be able to spot that.
Well, that's
Rotherham Gaming,
as you
give
said
him a
as
4.
all along. The thing with it, which doesn't help, is that whoever plays up front, they're literally giving no support. They're giving no service. It's a bit like my defenders get the ball and they'll whack it long, and it's like, Sam, get yourself after that. Even though he's the other side of pitch, so he's probably
balls up to him. He's fed up with that as well, yeah, the tactics. Rotherham Gaming said for 6 for Nombe. Don't forget Martha's going to the World Cup, lads. Yeah, Russ, RUFC Bailey, enjoy him while you can. Remember Paul Davis's interview? Enjoy these lads while you can, because I tell you what, when Maltby Main come knocking, I don't know what we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? Rotherham Gaming a 5. Oh,
you're at a stage now though where you've got to laugh, haven't you? Like, that you made a joke there obviously at Maltby Main, and if you're not laughing, then you are struggling, aren't you?
We definitely are, mate. And then I would say Gray 6.5. Don't know why he was taken off. He looked like the only one trying.
Gray's a prime example of why a lot of Rotherham fans couldn't believe that this kid ended up coming to Rotherham. I know he's not as much on Saturday, to be fair, but if you were to look at Harry Gray's performances from 5 weeks ago right down to today, right, you will see that he gets the ball, takes players on, keeps trying to do it, working on his own. The more games he plays, the less interested he becomes. And I think he's just got to a stage now, and that's why he got took off on Saturday, where he's lost interest as well. Like, he's not enjoying it, I bet. He don't like the manager. So, and I feel really sorry for him. Like, there was one game in particular where it was a home game against someone. I think it was Cardiff, and he got the ball. Every time he'd beat 3 men, then get fouled or he'd lose it. And I just felt right sorry for him, me. And he was 80. I'd love to get Harry Gray on this podcast just to ask him what his thoughts were. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I'd just love to ask him.
So my man of the match was Kelly. I give him a Kelly, the man of the match. And then on to our manager rating. So I give Matt Amshaw a 3. I think his tactics are shit. His football is shit. His waistline is shit. His hairline is shit. He is just shit. If you could make a human as a ball of shit, it would come out looking like that man. Yeah? He just looks like shit. And his football is shit. There's nothing this man can do to tell me otherwise.
Can you tell me when you took it off screen? I don't want to look at him. Let me know when you took it off screen.
I've took him off screen. It makes me feel. It makes me feel physically sick. And the people. Bricktop says 0-1 for Hamshaw.
-1.
Yeah, -1. Rotherham Gaming says a 0 for Matt Amshaw. Scott Kent says Gray struggling with an injury with the Amshaw. Said it after the match interviews. Said it was a risk playing him, but why risk it long term when we've got Biancheri sat on the bench? That makes it even more ridiculous. He's got players on the bench that can do it. Callum also says a 0 for Matt Hamshaw. So everybody in agreement that Matt Hamshaw is getting a 0. His tactics are dreadful. I feel sorry for players like Biancheri who are just not being given a chance. I mean, I put a post out. Have you seen how many minutes Biancheri's played for us?
It's not. What is it? 50 minutes, is it?
I think it's 45, isn't it? Something daft like that.
He has played 49 minutes for Rotherham United.
Yeah.
And when did he sign? So he signed on deadline day.
Yeah, so he's played 6 matches for a total of 49 minutes with an average rating of nearly 6. So it's higher than the average team rating. So you can't even say he's done that badly when he's come on. But you look at his new signings, other than Harry Gray, I mean, Duncan Watmore's played 7, had 260 minutes. Sousa has played 3 matches and only played 18 minutes. Agdibera, whatever you call him, I can never remember it. He's played 6, 345 minutes. Brandon Covers 6, 203 minutes. So all his new signings, basically, he's put a finger up to the board and said, I don't rate your new signings, what you've got me, other than Harry Gray. Because he's played him on every game. He's even playing him injured now.
Yeah, but remember, Lee, as Uncle Phil said, we want to get all those players if it wasn't for Hampshire. He's the one that got them over the line. Blah, 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 bullshit, right?
Nonsense. Because Dango came under Steve Evans. So,
Exactly.
I mean, he's not exactly got a good track record for improving young players. Football clubs like Man United send young loan players out to clubs all over the country. I mean, you look at Sheriff. He's gone to Port Vale, who are lower than us. What are they saying? It's because of their manager.
Exactly.
It's just listen. Like Des said at the start of the show, the media have got blood on their hands. They're complicit in this cover-up of Matt Amshaw because he's from Rotherham. Yeah. They are complicit, along with Radio Sheffield. And in fairness, other people, other fans, even that were Matt Amshaw in, are now starting to say we can't continue with him. I think Matt Amshaw has run his course, but the board is so stubborn they're refusing to sack him. And I think they just deserve to get relegated. I think Rotherham United this season deserve to be relegated due to the neglect, one, of the board, two, that we've got the worst manager, three, fans that have been happy clapping this shit, they deserve relegation, and four, the media who have not asked any difficult questions. When have you heard them ask the question, like they did with Steve Evans, are you the man to take Rotherham forward? Because the form isn't acceptable. You're not in this position. You don't look like getting the playoffs. We look like getting relegated. They've not asked him these decent questions. They're asking this of Steve Evans because he weren't doing a playoff push. And don't forget, people go on, oh, it's a rebuild. A week before the season, Steve Evans lost his best midfielder and never replaced him. He lost Ollie Rathbone on the eve of the season, yeah, and never replaced him. He also had to sell the best player we had at the club in his first season in the rebuild. He had to sell Victor, yeah. So he lost Victor, he lost Ollie Rathbone, and he also lost Chris Tier.
He lost Chio as well, though, didn't he?
No,
I think that was Taylor. That was Taylor. But yeah, so he lost them on the eve of the season, none of which were replaced. Yeah. So imagine you lose your player of the season in Victor, you lose the next best player in Ollie, and you lose your record, one of your big signings in Chris Tier, and don't replace them. And then he had no money to spend. It were all free signings. People go on about, oh, we broke this, we broke. Listen, they were all freebies. Yeah, some were on decent wages, but they should be on decent wages when the ticket prices are so high. We should have one of the highest wage bills in the league. Yeah? So, nonsense, utter nonsense. We just keep going and going, and the club are just accepting that we're going down. They don't care. Tweeting about bloody charity games at the end of the season when we're having a season like we're having. I know we're forgetting. It's our centenary season. Happy centenary, lads. You enjoying it? Products on the pitch, good. Paul Davis said second half of the season, remember, we're going to get that value for money. I'd like to think in the second half of the season, you lads are going to get value for money. So anybody in the chat, do you feel like you're getting value for money at Rotherham United at the minute? Come on down, the price is right. Is anybody enjoying it? That Rotherham DNA we talked about, have we seen that? I mean, you listen to Matt Amshaw's interviews, you just think we've been playing well all season and we're just struggling because we can't get a team out every week. It's nonsense. Not only the results shit, the football shit. That's why you've lost 2,000 fans since the start of the season. And it's only going to get bigger because people aren't going to sit and argue with idiots that are happy clapping. They don't want to do it. They'll say, look, I'm going to stay away. And so many people are staying away. And I think that is purely to drive the cost of the club down so this turkey teeth can take over and get it on the cheap. I think they're trying to rip on.
Has any club ever been relegated in the centenary year?
Doubt it.
I don't know.
We'll have to Google it, search it. Phil Smith will sort this out. Laughing out loud, says Russ. Yeah. Still not replaced Barlasser. Laughing my arse off. Yeah, Barlasser. I mean, we never replaced Chia. We never replaced Barlasser. We never replaced Michael Smith. We never replaced any of them, did we? Really. Adam says, very true. The media were out for Steve Evans from the start. The club have given him zero acknowledgement to him in our centenary year too. Yeah, I've noticed that as well, Adam. Totally disgusting the way they've treated Steve Evans. Probably Phil Smith probably doesn't like him. I think that's what it probably is. Don't forget the new coats on sale, Bushy too. Bushy, the future. Yeah, new coats. Has somebody mentioned some new coats? Anybody want to buy one?
No, I'd rather.
Hang on, I'll buy a Rotherham. I'll buy a Rotherham centenary coat for how much are they? 90 quid, did you say?
Aye.
90 quid for Rotherham United. I'd sooner. Hang on, yeah, I'll wear a 90 quid Rotherham jacket over my Stone Island jacket or me Montclair jacket. I know what I'd sooner wear.
I'll buy one if I'm allowed to have on the back of it. Get that chuffing useless git Amshaw out of the club. If you're allowed down back, I'll buy one.
I tell you what, Phil Smith, if you're watching Turkey Teeth, I'll buy every single jacket in the club shop what you've got in stock. If you sack Matt Amshaw tomorrow, I'll buy every jacket and then I'll give one to Bez, I'll give one to Tom. I'll give one to you all. Every one of you can have a jacket on and say, this jacket got Matt Amshaw the sack.
Yeah, I'd laugh if he got sacked tomorrow now. That would be hilarious.
Yeah. And I'll buy you all a jacket. So everybody on this podcast, and remember, if you remember, I'll buy you a jacket also. So everybody who comes on the podcast, everybody who's a member, if Phil Smith sacks him tomorrow, we'll get him a jacket. So come on, Phil, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing, Turkey Teeth.
You just reminded me as well, Lee. I want to try and bring a little bit of positivity to if you like, this podcast. We are going to run a competition. I've mentioned before. We are going to run a competition which gives you the chance to win a voucher for the club shop. Now, I know it's not an ideal gift with Rotherham really struggling, but even so, if you've got children, you can spend it on them. Them
jackets are great.
You know. Yeah. So
you get a jacket. We're only giving you 50 quid.
Yeah.
Jackets are 90, aren't they? Don't even get you a jacket in our club shop.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned.
The Lambo.
I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna get the competition out on Thursday's show. So make sure you're joined for that.
Super. Scott Kent said, since Douglas did his interview, we've lost 7 in 12. Wow. Mad, innit? That value for money, Scott. Are you feeling it? You're feeling it. We all must be feeling it. So that's it. We're coming to the end of the show. We've run over a little bit, but we've had fantastic numbers again watching live. What a community we have built here. Absolutely fantastic. Everybody that's been in the chat, they know the football. They're the same as us. They know what they're talking about. We're not having us wool pulled over his eyes. We know what's going on. And I thank you to everybody who gets involved in the chat. Seriously, guys, you do make us want to continue and do it because we do get a lot of stick. Well, I do, but mainly me. But some of the other guys have got some crossfire. Bez has had a fair bit recently. Tom just threatens to blow people up, so they leave Tom alone. Pete is just the voice of reason. How could you ever fall out? Listen, there's no way you can fall out with Pete. He's the nicest guy I've ever had on my podcast, to be fair. So you could never fall out with Pete. He's such a good guy. But yeah, we do appreciate you watching us and liking us content. And actually, I've seen a few people as well. It doesn't go unnoticed that when I am getting all the stick, I get people jumping in on the Facebook and sort of backing the show up and the people on the show. That is always nice as well. And the nice inboxes that I get, I do share with the team as well. And it really does perk them up as well, because at the end of the day, we're all Millers, and this is absolutely killing us. I mean, sometimes I feel like I don't want to do it, especially Saturday after the game. I was doing a solo as well, just me, and I really didn't want to do the show. I was that fed up. I just didn't want to do the show. But by the time I'd done the stream, I actually enjoyed the stream after the game as well, because of the community that we've built. The people that follow us and the people that comment, people like Rotherham Gaming, stuff like that, really do cheer us up. Russ, there's a host of names in there. John Sullivan, obviously loads of people. I can't name everyone, but it does mean a lot to us. And I know a lot of people hear a lot of different stuff about me. A lot of it's very untrue, but if you're ever unsure, just ask me. I'm an honest guy, me. I'm too honest at times, I think. But I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I set up the podcast for the fans, and you guys have actually supported it beyond what I thought would get supported, because I know a lot of people don't like me. So I thought, well, I don't think many people will watch it, to be honest with you. People were asking me to do one. I was like, I don't think people want to watch me, mate. But you have, and I do appreciate it. And I do appreciate you popping in the comments as well. And the ones that have popped on the live streams, on the aftermatch reactions, does mean a lot. So really do appreciate it. A few more comments coming through. Russ, don't get no pleasure in my negativity comments, but it's only what the club have created. Big part of my life, but killing me seeing this club I love decline. And that is probably one of the best posts I've heard. Because if people think that we enjoy doing these podcasts because we've lost, just for clicks or just for likes, we don't. It is absolutely killing me. So it's affected my mental health, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I've gone through depression before. I've gone through addiction before with gambling and stuff like that, and nearly taken my life when I went, off the rails, when my ex stopped me seeing my daughters and I had to take her to court. I went through some really dark times, and people will laugh and say, well, it's just football, just get on with it, But when the club means so much to you, my dad took me to Millmore when I was a little kid, and I've been hooked ever since. And like, I grew up in Sheffield. I got more stick than anybody that I'm supporting Rotherham. You know what I mean? Most of you guys lived in Rotherham and they were Wednesday fans. So imagine what it was like living in Sheffield and close to Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. It was horrendous, but I stood strong, and I was the only kid going to school in a Rotherham shirt, and people had mocked me, tried to bully me or whatever, and I didn't allow it. I stood my ground, and I'm a Miller, and that's it. That's my dad's fault. But this is killing me, watching this football club just disintegrate in front of his very eyes. And it feels, because I'm at the age I'm at, I saw how it ended with Ken Booth. And it's just so many similarities. It's scary. So that's what I'm worried about more than anything. So yeah, do appreciate it. And Russ, your comment is bang on the money. James Hutchinson, we all love you, Bushy lad. Yeah, cheers, James, he's on our Premier League show. He's James, good lad. Know him personally. What a good lad he is. Evening, lads. Just finished playing 7-a-side. Now at the pub. I'll catch up with the show later. Hope it's been a good one. Have a good week. Up the Millers. That's Tom's best mate. 1983, my first season, and the club always in my heart. I will always be hooked, but on principle, I'm putting no more money in under Stuart, and that's it. So, and I will argue till the cows come home with any supporter that tells me that Russ is not a proper supporter because he's not going. It's nonsense. Yeah, I think the supporters that are standing up against this ownership and this manager and how the club is being run, I think the ones making a stand are the real fans. I think the ones that are just taking it in and clapping and saying, oh, he's doing an okay job, are the one that will are the bad ones that are letting this club sink, in my view. Mersgov, this channel will succeed. Yeah, it will, Mers, and it has been, like I said, I mean, the community has just been unreal. I can't thank people enough. Stuart was even stopped the charity matches at the stadium. We played there a few times, but he doesn't allow it anymore. From the heart, that Bushy. Take care, lads. We'll be back one way or another. Yeah, and that's where I'm going to finish. We'll always be Millers. No matter what they do, like the song says, they can knock us down, but we'll rise again, and we will. We will rise again. Times are going to get better. We feel like it's not at the minute because we just feel like we're in a rut. We just want the club to wake up. And if you are listening and trolling the football, anybody from the football club watching this, yeah, the fans are hurting. Please sack this manager and at least make a solid attempt to stay up. That's my final say. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Has any of you guys got anything to say before we go?
Thank you.
Sack Matt, I'm sure.
Totally agree. Like I said, good evening, guys. It's run on a little bit longer than we wanted it to, but obviously I think we needed to get that little bit off his chest, just for his mental health side of things. I'm going to leave you now with, we will be back with more Millers content on Thursday for Bezza's show. Like you said, he is doing a competition, so don't forget to tune into that. And it will be the preview to the Bolton game as well. So Bez may get a Bolton fan on. I'm not sure what he's got planned for that, but obviously that will be a really good show. So watch that. There will be some other content going on, some Championship and League One predictions. We always have as FPL, and we will have the Premier League prediction show. And also on Sunday, have your Sunday roast with Tom. His missus don't come, so it's not a full roast, but just a roast with Tom. Thank you for watching again, guys. Please like, share and subscribe, and we will see you on Thursday. Up the Millers.
Cheers, lads. Up the Millers.